Hello everybody, this is another Hot Wheels collector video. Today we are looking at the BMW M3 E46. This is actually featured in the 2023 Hot Wheels Fast and Furious Premium Set Mix 3, and this is a really nice addition to this set. This is not by any means a new car that Hot Wheels have done. This is literally a repeat, so it's already been done in this exact same look. Unfortunately, I know a lot of people get quite angry when this happens, but it is a car that I don't have, and it's a car I'm happy to have in my collection. I also think the card art is very nice. I will show you that right now. So there is the card art there if you're interested. It looks great. The rear of the card is just the same as usual. But anyways, let's get into the actual facts about this car. So this car debuts in Fast and Furious 7, or the real name of the movie is just Furious 7. And it is really just a background car. It is not one of the main cars, unfortunately, even though this car is super cool, and I know a lot of people love this car in person. This car has a straight inline 6 engine, which is naturally aspirated. It is not turboed or supercharged. This car has 343 horsepower and 365 newton meters of torque, converting to about 269 pound-feet of torque. This car also has a 0 to 60 in just 4.8 seconds, pretty impressive, especially for its age. And has a top speed of about 155 miles per hour. Again, not too bad, to be entirely honest, once again, especially for its age. This car costed, when new, about £47,000, which is about $60,000, to £48,000, which is about $61,200. Now it costs approximately £20,000, which is about $25,000. So this car has significantly lost quite a lot of value. However, its value is going back up because it is one of the more desirable German classic cars. And this is definitely a classic car in the making. Definitely one that people love, especially because it's got lots of cool body kits and aftermarket parts you can put on it, and it is highly tunable as well. But anyways, that's it for the facts about this car. Now let's get into the actual showcase of this thing. Alright, so kicking off this showcase, we'll first of all talk about the side of the car. And first of all, we will talk about the wheel choice. So this car is rolling on the premium 10-spoke wheels. For some reason on camera, these appear to be just like a blue colour, but in person they are actually a turquoise colour. They're not just a standard blue colour. I don't know why my camera is doing that. Usually my camera depicts the colours very accurately, but on this one it just does not for some reason. I have no clue, and I really do apologise, but please do take my word for it. They are more of a turquoise, unless I'm colourblind or something, but I don't think I am, or not that I'm aware of at least. Anyways, taking a look at the actual colour of the car, this car is done in just a regular white. It is not metallic or anything. And as for the wing mirrors on this car, there is no wing mirrors on the casting, unfortunately. I'll also mention that the front windows are wound down on this car. Very nice to see that detail. It does look a lot more sporty in my opinion, as with most cars. Now onto the tamper work for this car. So first of all, I will mention that the front vents have actually been done on the fenders. Very nice to see that detailing. It is accurate to the real life M3, and they are real vents on the M3. You can see it on the card art as well. Nice consistency there. You can also see, hopefully, that there is some tampo wrapping around the windows of this car. If I lift the camera up, you might be able to see it a little bit better along the bottom of the windows. That is done in black tampo, and it does add that extra level of realism to the car. Alright, so that's really it for the side of the car. One last thing actually before we do move on. This car does have the fuel filler or petrol cap on this side of the car. It is not on the other side, and it is in the actual metal casting. I'll also mention that the door handle is also in the metal casting. Now let's move on to the front of the car. Alright, so now for the front of the car, and this is where I think the car shines. The level of detail here is amazing. This car is highly detailed, and I really do like it. I love a good detailed car from Hot Wheels, especially in the premium lineup. So let's talk about the details then. So first of all, you can see the headlights have been done in a realistic look. You can also see the grille, the two iconic grills which all BMWs have. They are getting larger and larger as time progresses, but on this one they do look very reasonable size. Nowadays I'm not super keen on them, especially on the new M3 and stuff like that. They sort of look like a pig's snout in my opinion, but there you go. I do like them on this one, and they are wrapped around with a nice silver tampo, which is meant to represent the trim which wraps around them in person. You can also see the fog lights have actually been tampoed as well as the vent, which is to the right of them, and to the left of them. You can hopefully see that. So the one on the left has the vent to the right, and the one on the right has the vent to the left. And you can see there is also a large centre vent as well, which is also being tampered. I will mention the front splitter on this car, which you could see if I tilt the camera around a little bit. I don't know, it's quite hard to see, and is created using the black metal base. That is really it for the front of this car. Now let's take a look at the hood of this car. So I will mention that there is a nice little bit of tampering there for the BMW badge. You can see that it's done very nicely. And finally, there is a nice vent there, which is actually created using the black interior plastic. So there you go, the interior is actually done in black. Very nice there. I do like that use of the interior plastic to create a very realistic looking vent. Anyways, that is it for the front of the car. Now it is time to move on to the rear of this car. Alright, taking a look at the rear of this car. The rear of this car is no exception to the great amount of detail on this car. It is just awesome. I really do like this one. It is one of the highlights out of the set, although the entire set is absolutely amazing. I think this is definitely the best mix so far. But anyways, let's talk about the actual details then. So you can see the rear lights have been done, as well as the reverse lights and indicator lights in a very nice tempo and a realistic look. You can see the brake lights are done in red. You can also see the reverse light is done in white, and so is the indicator. That is also done in a white or silver. I will also mention that the BMW badge there has also been tampered. Very nice to see that, as well as the M3 badge. And a final bit of tamper work is the trunk release button, which has also been tampered in silver with a nice black outline to it. Very nice there. I do like that detailing a lot. And finally, I'll talk about the diffuser and exhaust on this car. Interestingly, they were actually created using the window plastic. Usually Hot Wheels like to use the base plastic or metal, depending on if it's a premium or a mainline. This one obviously being a premium, it would have the exhaust created using the metal base. But interestingly, it doesn't use either of them. It uses the window plastic, which is very interesting. It's a very similar design to the Lamborghini Countach, which was in Jay Leno's set, and also in the Spectacularius set this year. I do find that really interesting, and I don't really know why Hot Wheels have done it. It's quite an interesting question, which obviously should be asked. But I do quite like the look of it. It does actually look quite great, to be entirely honest, and I can't complain. Finally, let's move on to the top of this car, as well as obviously the roof and stuff. So I will mention that the rear window has also got a nice bit of black tampo outlining it. That's meant to be the trim, which the real life car does actually have as well. I'm just going to move the car this way, so you can hopefully see that the front window also has a nice bit of black tampo outlining it as well. Once again, meant to be the trim that the real life car does have. Anyways, that is it for the showcase. I don't think I've missed anything, but if I have, make sure to tell me in the comments. Remember, I don't get offended or anything. If you guys do, please do let me know if I've missed anything, and that would be greatly appreciated. But there you go. Pretty sure I've covered everything about this car. So there you go. Let's move on to my final thoughts and review on this one. Alright, so now it's time for my final thoughts and review of this car. So I really do like this casting, as well as the colour choice on this car. Initially, when I saw this being unboxed in an unboxing video, which I actually did react to, I will leave the link in the pinned comments to that reaction, of course. I did not really like this car, to be entirely honest. I didn't like the wheels. I thought they looked ugly, and the white paint wasn't particularly nice with those wheels. But actually, in person, I think they go really nicely hand in hand. Honestly, my first opinion on it was this car looks really goofy, but when I actually did get it and see it in person, I absolutely loved it. I think this is an absolutely amazing one, and I highly recommend you pick this one up if you do see it in stores. I know it's quite expensive here in the UK, but I do think this is the best Fast and Furious set of the year by far. 2 new castings, and the rest of them are all amazing recolors or returning cars. It is unfortunate that this car has already been done and it is returning, but it is also kind of a good thing because it allows new collectors to get their hands on cars like this, whilst older collectors don't actually have to buy anything, so they can just kind of hold off on this one and let the new collectors get them. But anyways, that leads me on to my score out of 10. What of this car out of 10? I think it's just done great. There is really nothing that could have been improved, to be entirely honest, and the casting is very accurate, so that is why this car is going to be getting a 9.5 out of 10. I'm going to be knocking off 0.5 points for the single thing that this car does not have any wing mirrors. That is a big miss. It would be an absolutely perfect casting if it did have the wing mirrors, and that is an unfortunate thing that is missing on this car. But anyways, that is really it for this video. So if you guys did enjoy, make sure to like. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Remember, you can also press that notification bell so you do not miss any new uploads. Remember, you can also share this video with any friends, family, or any groups who may be interested in this video. But remember, don't feel pressure to if you don't feel like you have anybody who may be interested. You watching this video all the way to the end means so much to me, and I really do thank you for making it all the way up until this point. But anyways, that is it for this video, so I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye bye everyone.